Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through the North Melbourne vs Western Bulldogs game, a game that I didn't watch particularly closely, to be honest with you. I watched a little bit of it, but then as there was another game going on at exactly the same time, it sort of just got overlapped and that doesn't really help. So this one's probably going to be an 8 or 7 minute video, as I don't have much to add from this, but I was sort of keeping along with the stats of it. But anyway, before we jump into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this recap. So, Tristan Cherry 129, I thought he was, just from looking along at the stats, he was pretty good throughout the game. He just, in a week where every single ruck so far has failed. Let's actually look at this. General stats. Rucks, last round, look at this. You've got him and Darcy Cameron, and then the 98-96. Yeah. No. Hayden McLean did better than the major three rucks. The Grundy and Gawn, and he even did better than O'Brien, Oscar McInerney, Sean Darcy. Yeah, just look at all of the rucks that have failed. I mean, we still have all these 6 or so to go. But yeah, just a lot of rucks that have failed this week. So having Tristan Cherry this week was definitely better for those people that have him. I think that pretty much puts him even with Brody Grundy since I've grabbed him, at least in the fantasy front. Let's actually just double check that. I think I've had Grundy for 3 weeks. Have I? Yeah. So 107, 199, 129. And that is what? 228... 337, I believe. 337. And Brody Grundy's just ahead, I would say, 337 to 339, I believe. But I think Brody Grundy's massively ahead on Supercoach terms, I think, from memory. Just because he had like a 150 or not. He's had a couple of big 150 scores, where I don't think Cherry had those big 150 odd scores. Let me check. What did Cherry get in Supercoach? He got a 141, which I mean is up there. What did the likes of Grundy do? He did an 82 in Supercoach, which isn't the best, but isn't the worst. But yeah, so Tristan Cherry just dominated, and for those that have him, massive week because he absolutely tore up compared to the other rucks. Tucker, 118, just a guy that's going to go on and off. So yeah, just not really, doesn't really make any difference. Forward, she's all 91. He's still almost performing at the top of the line defender level at this point. 32, 14, 31. So he's been pretty good. Scott Comben, I think, took over, not really actually, 17 in the last, 25 in the 47 in the first. So yeah, he just sort of did what he did and got onto a little bit, given that they were kicking it around the back a little. Tom Powell, a little bit annoyed with this slow last quarter of 14 and this slow start, but a 74 in his last week isn't necessarily the worst. I was sort of expecting something around that marker as well, and he will be gone next week, as he's going to be roughly at 597, which will be upgraded upon with like a Fraser, I believe, or Fraser I think is the only guy. Or I might hold Fraser, depending on the break-evens, as I have 242k and a 300. Let's just look at sort of my team and the rookies there. Yeah, Fraser might have to go unless Colton Thorstrop just stops with his cash gen. So yeah, there's that. Curtis Fisher, I need to get more word on what happened there. Seemed like he was tracking really well, and then it says on their Twitter page that it was tactical, but him for Stevens, but I don't think you tactically sub out a guy who was leading to possession getters halfway through the third. So I felt, and I heard some rumours also that he did go down with something, so there will be a watch there on that one, so that kind of sucks with that. But yeah, if he is out, then that is the guy that gets traded, I guess. But hopefully he isn't, I guess. As him to like a Rankin almost. Yeah, I could almost do him to Rankin and someone like a Powell up, potentially. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. As Zach Fisher went away. He's going to go down 17k to 809, 802k or whatever. But yeah. Yeah, I could honestly do Powell and also Powell and also Zach Fisher if it is the case to Caldwell and Rankin, and that would be considered almost upgrades if they are out. But yeah, Dave Zuniak, Zerha, Shields, Simpkin, Archer, Tickle, Core, Taylor, Phillips, McDonald, Dawson, Larkey, Pink, and Stevens came on. And yeah, Stevens is just dropping in price massively. Then you have Western Bulldogs. Bontempelli was huge throughout. I just couldn't go there because of the everything that was said and the fact that he can play forward. So I was just like, this could be a forward game for him where he doesn't do necessarily the greatest. I mean, he did what he did, and that's Bontempelli for you. Probably another 3 voter, and I think he's up there. I think the Brownlow votes gets very, very interesting soon, as you're going to have, I think now both Heaney and Dacos are pretty much dead in the water, tied, and Heaney's dropped off completely. Dacos has sort of stalled as well. You got so many guys within 4 or 5 votes as well. Cripps could almost, I think, go very level with them as well. Bontempelli getting close as well. I think this is going to be one of the really good Brownlow counts, to be honest. Libber 99, English 96. English, he did better than all the other rucks, but he didn't do anything damaging. Williams, Richards, Dale, Treloar he got tagged in this game and still came away with an 84. I didn't think that Phillips would tag him. I thought that Phillips would maybe tag someone else. So I was wrong on that front, but I thought in the second half he at least came out and played pretty well and got a 59 in the second half to save it to a certain degree, but I don't think it's too bad for him. I mean, an 80, what did he get in the end? An 84 isn't even his worst score of the year. I mean, it's basically his worst score of the year, but I still think he can fire up again. I don't know who they play necessarily next week. Let me just double check that for you guys. They play Port Adelaide next week. I don't expect many... he could get tagged here and here, which will be interesting. But we'll see if Chincotta actually tags or not. That'll be an interesting watch. But anyway, Wakeman, Vandermeer, Jones, Lobb, Frazier with a 70 as well, which was pretty good just for cash gen purposes. He's going to go up 13k, it says. And I don't know what exactly his break even will be. Let's just see, give you a rough estimate. I think his break even could actually go down into the 30s here, into the low 30s. It says 38 with a 55. I think that could be around 30 or so next week, so it might actually be beneficial to hold him. So yeah, anyway, Sanders, McRae sucks. He needs to move sides. Darcy, West, Ramble, Norton, Gallagher, O'Donnell, Baker, Ugelhagen, and Tyler Dre. So yeah, that pretty much is the video there going through this game. There wasn't too much to report from this other than the fact that if you still don't have a ruck, Tristan Cherry is definitely a good option. Sheasel, obviously, a good option. We'll wait and see on the Fisher health. David Gignac sucked. Bont is Bont. English is sort of, the ruck debate is so up in the air. And then also Treloar, if he doesn't get tagged, and could still be a pretty good option. Other than that, I don't think there's many other guys to really talk about. No, we don't really talk about mid-prices at this point in the year. Mid-prices are sort of for that first 3, 4, 5 rounds, and then you talk about mid-prices only if they have a massive role change because of a season-ending injury, those type of guys. But other than that, that pretty much is the video there, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.